Hey everybody, I'm Justin Schlegel with RHP Real Estate and Team Schlegel. It is March 31st, 2020. Lots of things going on, and I'm here today to bring you an update with regard to COVID-19 and real estate, specifically here in the Phoenix market and in Arizona, of course. So I'm sure you've all heard by now that yesterday there was a press conference by our Governor Doug Ducey that in the afternoon it was no longer a recommendation but now a requirement to stay at home. But what does that mean? Well, there's a huge debate out there as to, what's right versus what's wrong and who's essential versus not essential. And I'm not here to settle that debate. That's above my pay grade. But what I am going to do is I'm going to share my thoughts, opinions, and expectations when it comes to real estate. So last week, we saw real estate services be deemed essential. Does that mean that we're conducting business the same way we were 90 days ago? Absolutely not. A lot different procedures, processes, and precautions in place, both with showings and the closings, and financing certainly is, taking all sorts of turns on this roller coaster ride. So what I do expect is that we are going to see the transactions currently in motion. The vast majority of those are going to get to close. All right, so anything that, somebody's buying a home right now, somebody's selling a home right now, and it's in escrow, I think it's going to happen by and large. Now, of course, things can come out of left field. Financing programs can disappear. We saw some down payment assistance programs have some changes impacted last week. And of course, if somebody loses their job, which we don't want anybody to have that happen, that obviously impacts their ability to qualify for a new loan. So lots of things can happen. But I expect what's in motion now is going to continue in motion and we're going to get closed. However, when it comes to new business, I do anticipate we're going to see a bit of a pause for the next month because, right or wrong, a lot of people don't believe that showings should be taking place. And so especially in occupied homes and, if we're trying to do this whole social distancing thing and keep people away from each other, that doesn't really work. So what I do know is we're going to look at some numbers, some real numbers. And you can skew the data, you can interpret it however you want it to portray, but let's look at some real numbers. What we know is that over the past couple weeks, showings are indeed down. They're down about 48% over the same time last year. And there's a lot of factors involved, but of course the big one, COVID-19. I would expect that a lot of new listings are not going to hit the market, and we're going to wait probably a month, see how this shakes out, so that way we get full exposure, because you don't want to build up a bunch of days on market and then have a negative stigma, and at the end of the day, the seller gets less money in their pocket. That's a lose-lose for everybody. But also, the amount of listings out there is actually increasing, and there's a couple reasons for that. Nothing to be alarmed about, though. Our total active single-family homes, any price, any size in Maricopa County right now is like 8,315. That's about a 25% increase over the last couple of weeks. Now, we've had unbelievably historic low inventory levels. So even 8,300 homes is not very many properties on the market. And it's a good thing because a lot of buyers that have been fighting so much competition, they're going to have some better selection once we get this market churning again. So nothing to be alarmed about, but the inventory has rose a little bit. 681 of those active properties are back on market. They essentially fell out of escrow sometime March 15th or later, and they are still active today. That doesn't mean that there aren't some properties that fell out of escrow, came back active, and didn't resell, because I can tell you from personal experience that has indeed happened with some of my clients. So that's kind of in a nutshell what we expect to happen over the next month, that we are going to see kind of a pause in the market. But every situation is different. And let me say this. The iBuyers and those investment companies out there, guess what? They bailed on the situation. They bailed on you, the consumer. There's been so many instances where not only did they stop buying homes because everything's rocky and rolling right now, but also they pulled out of transactions that were deep, close to closing. And what does that mean? Well, that ultimately meant for those people that were selling to those entities, they thought they had that guaranteed sale and they had the convenience to go along with it. Well, how convenient for that to fall apart during the roughest times. And ultimately now they're left wondering, okay, how do we complete the purchase on the next home that we were supposed to, that was contingent upon this buy? And it's just a mess. So I point this out because guess what? We didn't bail on you. We are still here. We are here to be a resource, guide you, answer any questions, and give you advice so that way you can make the right decisions for you. So if you're thinking about a move, maybe it's been prolonged a little bit, maybe you think, hey, now's the time, let's do this. Let's have a conversation. Let's chat about your personal situation and goals and figure out what the best game plan is to achieve them. Any questions? The information's below. I hope everybody stays safe, healthy, enjoy the time with your family, still be active and productive out there. You don't have to just sit on the couch all day and watch YouTube videos or do TikTok. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Let's chat soon.